Hey, I just got in the new Roku Streaming Stick. This is the model that's new for 2016. It's the 3600R. So I just want to take a quick look at what's in the box, and later on we'll dive deeper into the device. So I'm pretty excited about this thing coming out. It's the $50 streaming stick that is pretty much one of the best offerings on the market right now. So just to be really clear, what's in the box is going to be the streaming stick itself, the remote, some batteries, and then the power adapter, which is just a USB cable. You could also plug it into the wall if your TV doesn't have USB. And this model is a quad core, which is going to be the main differentiator from the previous model, which is also called the Roku Streaming Stick, but that was the 3500R. So if you are on the market for this, just be careful what you get. This thing's $50. That model is selling for 40 right now, maybe 35, depending on where you get it. So let's pop this open. There is the streaming stick. The old model was purple. This one is smaller, and it's a kind of like a matte black. And there is the streaming stick. It looks about the size of a pack of gum, or maybe a USB stick, depending on what your reference point is. There's really nothing on the back, just some legal stuff and then your serial number. And then it's just an HDMI port there. And then there's your USB. It's a micro USB to power it up. So we have some instructions. The remote, this part is really key. Was the remote was updated. The OK button was moved here. It was over here before, which was kind of confusing and weird. Now this is a 5-way button. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the middle being the 5, and that's your OK. It's a lot more intuitive than the old design. And then you could see that little Roku tab. And what's notably missing from this remote is a headphone jack. So if you want that, same if you want 4K, you're gonna have to go to the Roku 4, which is about, I think it's selling for about $99 right now instead of this thing at $50. But the good news is this works with the Roku app on iOS and Android, and you could plug your headphones into your phone and use that to get private listening. So you don't actually need it in the remote, because that actually, your phone has a really good battery life and it won't suck down too much battery, whereas the plugging your headphones into your controller suck down a ton of battery life, and you're going through those AAAs real fast. So here's the USB cable. It's just normal USB, which will plug into your television, to micro USB, which will plug into the end of the Roku stick. If your TV doesn't have an available USB slot, or it's in the back, you can use this wall adapter, and then just the batteries, and that's it. So I guess the last question is, what's missing from this box? And there are two notable things. The first is going to be an L-bend or a cable for this. If your television is wall mounted, like many televisions, and it has rear facing HDMI slots, this thing is not gonna work. So what you could do is get an L-bend, and that will just turn it up or down. Those things are about $5 on Amazon. Or you can get a sort of floppy cable like that comes with the Chromecast and use that. Also, what's missing is a really short USB cable. If you were to plug this USB cable into the side of your television, plug it in here, and like maybe your USB slot is 4 or 5 inches away from your HDMI, then you have a whole bunch of cable, about 3 feet, flopping around. A popular accessory for this is a 4 or 5 inch micro USB cable that just goes from your device, your Roku, straight into your TV. And I'll link to those so you can see. Anyway, this is the new Roku Streaming Stick 3600R. We'll follow us up with more coverage. I'm pretty excited about playing with this thing.